a load of this. I don't mind what he thinks about it. I'll never regret what I said. And there are also things like you feel, I shouldn't have said that. Where is it that you feel I shouldn't have said that, and where is it that you feel I did it right? You should get a bit of it. Let him get a taste of what I'm actually thinking of him, what I feel about this. This is also again intelligent exposition of your anger. Sometimes we need to get angry in order to convey to somebody that this is what I'm feeling. I want you to know about it. It's useful. It's useful. Mothers get angry with their children. If you do it, I'll do this to you. I want you to know that it will anger me and you should not do it. Anger has its usefulness also. You want another person to know, this is it. Better get to know. At the same time, when you go overboard, you also feel I shouldn't have done that. So these are some things are quite common in this material world. To say that you shouldn't be angry is not at all normal. But to say that you should be angry where necessary and not be angry where it's not necessary, that would be a topic on control of your anger. These are all things that normally people talk about. And you have anger management, you have all these things, but invariably people hear all these things, they go to all these sessions, but when it comes to actually controlling their anger, they're not able to. Because it is happening just like that, and it seems out of control. It seems out of control. But I'll talk to you about people who have controlled anger and exhibited as and when required. This is amazing. This is very amazing. It's not that I don't get angry at all, which is completely abnormal. I should get angry in this material world because when things go wrong, I should be able to convey to the other person something. And to that extent I would do. If you have children, if you have dependents and you're responsible for them, you know that you have to better have controlled anger. You know when to show it. Sometimes you have to control your anger so much when you're angry, you have to show that you're not angry, you're happy. I like you. You're such an idiot, a dumb idiot. I want to actually kill you, but then I want to say that I like you. In social settings, sometimes you're in situations where, yes or no? You're in situations where, it's a very nice person, he is, super duper, this, that. You need to be in situations like that. And sometimes it's bad for your system also. You're saying things which you don't want to say, which will actually increase your anger. You want to punch his nose and see him bleeding, but you have to say, he's a very nice person. So helpful. Without him, I can't even exist, You have to be in positions like that. So the world is filled with us trying to control our emotions at various times. And especially in the setting that we have in the modern realm, it becomes increasingly difficult for us to know what to do and what not to do and how to do. What is the mechanics? Maybe we will understand better how to do it. What's the mechanics of anger? How does it happen? How does it build up? Is very nicely explained by Krishna in Bhagavad Gita. How many of you read some Bhagavad Gita? Oh, quite a few. How many of you are new today here and you're going to try to understand these things and maybe read the Gita or something? Only one? Oh, okay, a few. Very nicely Krishna explains to Arjuna. I will just quote that Sanskrit shloka just like that for authenticity. You don't have to worry about learning it. Dhyayato vishayan pumsaha sangasteshu pajayate sangat sanjayate kamaha kama krodho bijayate. Krodha means anger. Dhyayato vishayan pumsaha sangasteshu pajayate. In the beginning stage, you know what happens is very innocent and very nice. We all like to develop an attachment for certain things. Dhyayato vishayan pumsaha. Dhyana means you start thinking about something that is an object that is appealing to you. Since all of you are men here, females are not here, I think. So, dhyayato vishayan, you see a beautiful girl, and then you actually think that, nice looking girl. It's very normal, right? Nice looking girl. But it's so nice that I'm not able to stop remembering how nice, whatever object may be. I'm just taking a girl for an example, which is a very common example. A member of the opposite gender. And dhyayato, you keep repeatedly seeing every day in the park, or when you park your vehicle, or this thing, or somebody you meet with in your workplace, or whatever. You keep encountering it again and again. Dhyayato vishayan pumsaha sangasteshu pajayate. Means you start wanting to associate yourself with that object. And then you may make an attempt to actually contact the object of your liking. It could be gulab jamun, it could be a female, it could be something nice, it could be that, this could be anything. Just I'm taking an example. Sangha means association. You become associated mentally with that object. You repeatedly thinking about it, wanting to acquire it. Sangat sanjayate kama. And because of that association with that object, which you have caught an impression of and you think of, you keep seeing and all that, kama means an intense desire to have that object for your enjoyment becomes the next stage. Why? Because of dhyana, because of thinking. Dhyayato vishayan pumsa sangasteshu pajayate. Association happens. Sangat sanjayate kama. Because of association you develop desire. Now I feel very intensely that I should possess that object. Sangat sanjayate kama. And you may try it, but you will not get it. Suppose you don't get it, if you become angry. Sangat sanjayate kama, kama krodho bijayate. From that desire that is not satisfied, unable to be satisfied, anger comes. This is where is the birth of anger. Where is anger born? From dissatisfied desire. Dissatisfaction and an inability to have your desire fulfilled brings about anger. This is the birth of anger. And what will you do with anger? We are talking about just anger. But what does anger do to you if you don't check it at the right time, attend to it, and counsel yourself or get counseled or whatever? Krodhat bhavati sammoha. What anger does to you, it bewilders you. When you get angry, you don't know what is right and what is wrong. You don't know what is right and what is wrong. You may do crazy things. I remember in my younger days, just to make it very realistic, a real life example. In my very younger days, I was in school and I was in Chennai. And I used to watch from my balcony. There was a great orator, a very good speaker, but he was a schoolboy, a little senior. And he was known to be a very good orator, debate and everything. And so even the political people would use him in that locality. When there was a political rally and election was coming, they would ask him, "Poda pe paisra, go and talk. You should talk for our this thing." He will get a good money package. He will speak for all the different parties. It's not that so they'll put a pandal somewhere, they'll say, "Call that fellow, a young fellow, Let's get all the young people attracted. So because he's going to speak, all the youngsters will come. He will, speak, he'll quote this, that, and crack jokes, and then he'll speak for the party. He'll collect that money, go to another area and speak there also. Another party, he'll speak. So everybody knows this fellow is like a mercenary. He can be hired by anybody. But the political parties will hire him. A good speaker also. In Tamil he will speak. So, but he was staying in the street that I was staying in. From the balcony I would watch him. And the rumor was that he had fallen in love with one of the girls in the street. And she was a little elderly to him. She was going to college and he was in school. But he was thinking that with my kavita, with my poem that I wrote, he wrote a poem on her. Because Dhyayato Vishayan Pumsa Sangasteshu Pajayate, she is walking up and down, he is saying, and then Bolo uske bare mein kavita likh denge, wo likh diya kavita. And he is looking at his own poetry and he likes it himself, the poetry. Fall in love with his own poetry also. Uske baad he thought, I will give it to her. Show her how much I love you. What a wonderful, beautiful object you are. What a creation you are. Now he wrote all that here. Creation and combination of this and that and all that. He is on his own trip. That lady maybe has got somebody else in mind. Who knows? And a good looking girl. So he went and he gave her this thing. She took it and threw it back at his face. And he said, no. I know this is a sign of love. He's saying this on the road and people are watching from all over the place. Because he's a political speaker, he thinks he can do that here also. So he's popular. So he did that. Then he started reading it out in front of her as she's moving. And it's so embarrassing for her. Everybody is watching, it's public space. And this fellow, because he's popular and everybody is thinking, wow, he's doing this. Again, a stage program he's doing. Stage craft. This fellow is very... So when this is a real life person and he went and did this to her, she turned around, took a chappal and gave one whack in front of everybody. And I was seeing that. I saw it. This fellow, he said in Tamil, "Avanga tittinalum deivika titte. Even if she scolds me, it is divine." And then after she rapped him on the face with the chappal and said, "This is the other side of divinity." He spoke another poem. Completely lost. And this lady really was angry with him. Actually angry with him. Because she is very out of feeling. So this is what happened to you. This is real life. I actually saw it. But later, after I read the Bhagavad Gita, I said, this is it. Dhyayato Vishayan Pumsa. This fellow, he is not getting what he wants. Then afterwards, there was an attempt he made to commit suicide. He was so much involved with that lady, and to hell with my poetry, to hell with my oratorial skills, to hell with my popularity. This object I should have, otherwise I'm going to die. So you become fully, karma means you become completely absorbed. And if you don't get that desire satisfied, you get angry. And after anger, you will do something crazy with your anger. Krodhat bhavati sammoha. You have lost your intelligence. You are willing to give up your life. Krodhat bhavati sammoha. Sammohat smriti vibhrama. You are losing your whole understanding of who you are, where you are, your remembrance of reality, everything is forgotten. Smriti bhramshat buddhi nasho. When you lose that, you will lose your intelligence also. Buddhi nashat pranashyati. Then you want to commit suicide. You think, I want to die. So this is foolishness. So anger will lead you to do something foolish to the extent of even giving up your life. So this way down, this path that takes you down to do something crazy is landmarked. This will happen to you, this will happen to you, this will happen to you, this will happen to you. But all these things happen together, patak. It's not that you can follow, no, this is happening to me. Krodha is happening to me. Next, I'm going to lift this gun and shoot him. Next, this will happen to me. It's not that step by step you know what you're doing. It happens, it's all crunched. It happens one into the other very fast. You flip out completely out of reality. Krodhat bhavati sammoha, sammohat smriti vibhrama, smriti bhramshat buddhi nasho, buddhi nashat pranashyati. Our intelligence is affected by anger. And we do things that are very unintelligent, very foolish. This is what is the mechanics of anger, and this is what is the final product of anger. This is destructive anger. I want to speak to you about also constructive anger. When a person knows what's happening to me and I'm executing it properly, then he knows how to control it. He knows when to control it, how to control it. I want to talk to you about a great psychotherapist, Viktor Frankl. How many of you have heard about Viktor?